Aloy, now that the blessing has been made, you and I finally have a moment to speak. I hope the ceremony wasn't too unpleasant for you, given your circumstances.
Oh, Teresa. That is very kind of her to say, since we just completed the blessing ceremony for those who want to enter the proving, and we lit prayer lanterns for our hopes, but it was to our mother, and the prayer lanterns were supposed to be made by our mother, and it was really beautiful, but we don't have a mother, and oh wow. All right, let's carry on with more of Aloy's story. And even though we don't have a mother, and it was kind of in our face about that fact, I don't think that I hated it. And it definitely didn't mean anything. It was pretty beautiful.
I can't say it was comfortable, but I could see the beauty of the ritual, even so.
Yes, exactly.
It takes a generous heart, Aloy, to commend a ritual that venerates all that you were denied.
All I'm saying is that it didn't bother me. I have bigger things to worry about than hearing the Nora mumble about their mothers.
I see. I imagine you must have questions for me then.
I mean, yes. Oh my gosh, we can just straight up go to why we were cast out. Oh, okay. That's clearly, I mean, that's why we're here. We're seeking those answers. But let's go ahead and ask about being an outcast in the proving, just to make sure that we know we're supposed to be here.
It surprises me the tribe lets outcasts run in the proving. It's not like the Nora to be so hospitable.
It has always been law that any child outcast has this right, as a means to rejoin the tribe. So far as I know, however, you are the first ever to exercise this right.
I'm not surprised. I doubt many outcast children survive long enough in the wilds to come of age.
I think, rather, it is because child outcasts are so rare. In all my years, I've only known of one other child who was cast out. A boy of 13. Who killed his mother.
He killed his
mother?
But
at the proving 5 years later, he did not appear.
No. I'd be surprised if he survived very long on his own.
But at least he had a chance. Other tribes would have simply executed him. It may be hard for you to accept, Aloy, but the practice of shunning is, relatively speaking, humane.
Oh, is it? Try it out for 18 years, Tirsa, and then let me know what you think.
Okay. What? Okay, so other child outcasts, the only other one that we've now ever heard about, killed his mother when he was 13. I'm really beginning to think that our mother may have died while we were being born, and that's why we were an outcast. But that seems kind of extreme. Okay, before I ask about why we were outcast, I want to understand a little bit more about the matriarchs. They're the ones who seem to be kind of like that Sun King's priest who's here, in charge of the All-Mother's rituals, in charge of the entire community. So what does it mean to be a matriarch?
Ross told me that matriarchs don't just lead the tribe.
Yeah.
What else do you do?
We teach, offer counsel, give blessings. When necessary, we judge. Our only concern is the welfare of the tribe.
So what
Among
could
our
we have
number this
done?
year, we count 3 high matriarchs and some 30 lesser matriarchs.
What's the difference?
Matriarchs are grandmothers with 2 generations of living progeny.
Oh, whoa.
But a high matriarch is a great-grandmother with 3 or more generations to her name.
Whoa.
Thus do we speak for generations, lending our opinions weight. The high matriarchs most of all.
It's the great-grandmothers most of all.
The more children you have, the more authority you get? I guess that's one way to decide who leads a tribe.
Why would there be any other?
Wait, what? Wait, so that means that Tirsa is a great-grandmother, and probably the number of children you have is proportional to your status in the tribe, which would explain all of the babies that I was seeing all over the place. And then that would put a ton of pressure, though, to have as many children as possible, starting as young as possible, especially because even if you already had kids of your own, you would want them to have children soon so that you could become a matriarch. Wow. And that would influence you to make decisions about making sure there's enough food so that you can support a growing population. It would influence you to make sure that there's cohesiveness and peace so that people don't harm one another. There's a safe environment for children to grow up in. You could nurture relationships. Definitely a focus on like medicine, because pregnancy and childbirth at this stage of technology would be difficult. That really structures so much of Nora society really quickly for me, and it really makes me think that our mother must have died when we were born. I can't think of any other reason why we would have been cast out and called motherless the way we have been. Can we ask why we were cast out?
Why was I made an outcast at birth, Tirsa?
Did we kill our
What
mother?
crime could I have committed even before I was born?
Aloy, this is not a question I can answer.
Why?
Why not? It's simple enough. And what about my mother? Is she here tonight, watching me? Or is she dead? Is she here? Or nowhere?
I am sure your mother is here with us, if only in spirit.
That's not really an answer, is it?
I think our mother's dead
Just so
then.
you know, Tirsa, the reason I'm here is to get answers. Real ones. And when I win the proving, I will demand them.
I know, Aloy. I would expect nothing less.
It's very interesting. So far, the entire focus has been on mothers. I mean, Aloy must have a father, but I guess that's irrelevant in this kind of culture. And does that explain why Lansra hates us? Lansra must be one of the other High Matriarchs, the one who keeps scoffing at us.
Why does Lansra hate me so much?
She is a woman of extreme opinions. More than that, I cannot say.
It's not my fault that I was born. Or that the matriarchs decided to cast me out.
I side with you in this matter, but there
Thank
are
you.
differences of opinion. And any vote of the High Matriarchs requires a majority.
And there's 3 of them. Maybe we'll learn a little bit more about Rost?
What about Rost? Why was he made an outcast?
So, he never told you?
He said he swore an oath never to speak of it.
Yes. As did I, and the other matriarchs. I'm sorry, Aloy, but Rost's past is another secret I must keep.
More secrets.
What else is new?
Oh, ha! Yeah, more secrets. All right. Wow, I think that's all that she's going to let us know. But again, that's just expanding our world even more. Outcasts are usually those whose mothers apparently have been killed by them. We don't know why we were cast out. We don't know why Rost chose to be a outcast. And we don't know why Lansra hates us.
I should be going. I'm sorry if I've been too harsh.
Oh,
It's just... I've wanted answers for so long.
that's a strong way
I
to put
know,
it.
child. You're not the only one who's waited years for this day. I will be praying for your success.
That's so awesome that Aloy is able to say something like that and express like how nervous she is for all this and how much she wants all of this, to demand answers, but to do so in a way that is still surprisingly respectful for people who might know more about her than she knows about herself. Oh, the fireflies are out. What's this guy doing? I guess he's nervous for tomorrow. All right, we already talked to this guy. And then, okay, so we want to talk to Olin, but can I talk to Irid?
Your blessing was most illuminating. I've never seen its like. A rare gift indeed.
But you don't believe in Allmother, do you?
Usually
That's a new thought.
the distance between our tribes shrouds Nora ways from Karja eyes. But here among you, I see a beauty that shines true. Perhaps Naman is right after all, that the sun's light brightens all lands and all
Naman.
peoples.
Who's Naman?
Yeah.
One of my brethren, who believes the sky is wide enough for the faiths of all tribes.
I mean, that sounds pretty nice. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of things going on here. Like, I guess, who are you?
Who are you, Sun Priest?
I am the Reverend Irid. The
Reverend.
glory of the Karja is the sun's glory, reflected. We sun priests are but glimmers of its great light.
You just said a lot, but you didn't tell me anything.
My apologies. My duty is to carry out the will of the sun by serving its emissary among us, the Sun King. I comfort
Okay.
those who walk by the light of day and I travel to those in far reaches whom the light barely touches, bearing warmth.
Huh. So, their religion is very different than ours, it sounds like?
Did you come all this way just to deliver your Sun King's speech?
It is my duty, and also my honor, to carry the light of atonement to those we overshadowed and wronged. I swallowed my fear, but it re-emerged. I am
Aw.
glad Erend van Guardsman made this journey. He is my shield, a good man.
Good to know. So, what is a Sun King? If the Sun King is the emissary, so he would basically be like a voice of their version of a god on Earth.
Who is the Sun King you speak for?
His luminance Avad
His
is
luminance.
the 14th king of the
I
Radiant
have a
Line.
feeling they
His
have a
light
much
envelops the
bigger
sky
culture than we
and
do.
everything beneath it. He is the chosen of the sun. By his divine rule, we are given sight and purpose.
You speak highly of him. Do you know him well?
By his nature, he is unknowable and infallible. We are his instruments, not his companions. I have been in his presence, but we draw down our hoods so as not to behold his light directly.
That
He's the
sounds...
sun, he has total power, and no friends. That couldn't go wrong.
Okay. So he's been with the Sun King, but he hasn't looked at his face. I think their society must be a lot bigger than ours. So tell me about Meridian.
So you live in Meridian?
I do. Where better to mark the sun's divine passage than where the sandstone glows in the light of its passing. I was raised in the mesa's great shade.
Okay, desert
its
area.
wild bird markets
Bird
and
market.
metal cellars, spices
Wow.
and colored silks.
Sounds impressive.
Oh, you should behold it. And you can if you make the journey. At his luminance's order, we have flung its gates open to all.
Any Nora who leaves the sacred land becomes an exile. But hey, who knows where I'll end up.
I mean, this is getting kind of interesting. I don't really want to ask him about the 13th and the war, but he was so eager to talk about how good the Sun King and how good his life is. I feel like we need to poke that just a little bit to maybe tug at the threads that could unravel from his very strict faith.
If your Sun Kings are so infallible,
Exactly.
how do you explain the crimes of the last king?
Well,
Exactly.
the sun's glory is a great and brazen crown for a vessel as
Brazen.
small as a man. If the vessel is flawed, indeed in the burial caves, one can see the skulls of the past kings are cracked, trialed and fired in the sun's kiln. That can be too much for any man to bear, even a ruler of men.
Oh,
So the sun can make bad choices like anyone else.
Oh, no.
okay. Oh, a Sun Queen? I want to ask about that. All right, now I'm suspicious. His luminance is too great. I wonder if the Sun King has some sort of machinery that he wears that makes him just too bright to even look at.
Has there ever been a Sun Queen?
Many wives and consorts, of course. Or, oh, you mean for the sun to choose a queen?
Oh dear.
This has not happened.
Why not?
The sun is masculine, of course, and so would choose its heirs thus.
It's a light in the sky. I've never seen anything dangling from it. I don't know if you've noticed, but women run things around here.
Well, Avad took a woman as captain of his vanguard, the first to hold such an honor.
You mean Aaron's sister, Ursa. From what he told me, she sounds formidable.
Oh, formidable indeed. A woman, and an outsider as well.
She might make a fine Sun Queen, given a chance.
Whoa.
Sun... Oh, no.
Okay. All right. So we're kind of from the All-Mother versus the Sun King. There's a lot of divides going on here. What about the war with the Nora? How did that just magically calm down? They really seem like they're a more sophisticated society with silks and wild bird markets. How is it that, like, they're just not going to take their superior armor and try to fight us?
Why were the Karja at war with the Nora?
Under the 13th Sun King, the Karja had no peace with any tribe.
Okay.
His luminance has sent those days to dusk. We must renew the light that binds us, though few volunteered to come here.
The Nora scare you. They're good at making people feel unwelcome.
It's said one soldier died for every Nora taken alive. But I see you can be as calm as you are fierce.
He must have been very scared to come here, but we've learned a lot.
This has been illuminating.
Illuminating.
But I should get going.
You
Aloy,
have
I love it.
already been blessed, but may the dawn find you, the day warm you, and the dusk have light to guide your path.
Thank you, I think, Irid. Alright, that was, as we said, definitely illuminating. I mean, okay, so maybe after we finish the proving we'll have a... I mean, we can't leave without becoming an exile. But maybe we'll have a chance to go with the traders for some sort of new mission? We'll have to find out. And then what's up with you, Olin?
Hello, Olin.
You know my name? Ah, guess Aaron told you.
Why did you act so strange when we spoke earlier?
Must be this festival. I'm really not one for crowds.
He said there was
Maybe
a
I should just turn it.
malfunction, though.
Stop dodging my questions.
All right, cool your fire. I got nothing to hide.
I mean, to be fair, he doesn't really have to answer any of our questions. But let's get to the point then, because maybe he won't want to spend time with us. Did you find your focus on a dead body like we did?
I've never seen anyone else with a focus. Where exactly did you find it?
In a ruin, north of the Claim. That's our name for the Asuram homeland. Up there, the metal seams run deep. Steel giants half buried in loose soil.
Whoa.
Forgotten caves that the old ones bored into mountain rock. Your eyes just lit up.
I found my
Observant.
focus in a cave just like you're describing. A ruin of the old ones.
If you've delved yourself, you know as much as I do. Go to those places for answers. Not me.
There's no need to be so hostile.
When we spoke earlier, you winced, then looked like you were in pain. Or frightened. Did your focus show you something?
It didn't show me anything. I told you. It malfunctioned. Happens all the time.
Why? Why does his, like, yeah, to be fair, it's never happened to us.
Mine's never malfunctioned, and I've had it since I was a child.
So yours is in better shape then. I'm sure the land here is full of relics. Seeing how you Nora are too scared to delve the ruins.
Because they think ruins are cursed. But I never said I think that.
If the North acknowledges a curse, I'm inclined to agree.
Why? Okay. I mean, I would like to ask him who he is. Look, can we maybe be a little
What are
nicer?
you doing here, Olin? Why come to Noraland?
Aaron needed a scout for his expedition, and a second for his drinking. That's all. Someone to stop the Sun Priest getting lost. When all this is over, I'm back to delving ruins, rummaging for scrap, scrounging up trinkets to sell.
So you're an explorer?
Just another Outlander, girl. A man's gotta make his shards. I just make mine in service to the king's court.
A whole
That's
court.
all.
That's so different and so much more complex than what we've got here. And I mean, to be fair, he didn't have to answer any of our questions, but he does seem particularly hostile. And he is the only other person we've ever seen wearing a focus. I bet it's what makes him a good scout.
I don't understand. We have this device in common, but you can't wait to stop talking to me.
I already have all the friends I need, girl. I don't need the bother.
I'm
That's
used to
fair.
being shunned by the tribe. I thought you'd be different.
It's nothing personal. It really isn't. You should try to enjoy yourself tonight. Big day tomorrow.
Wait, what?
Always best to make every day count.
Wait. Okay, that didn't sound good. That sounded extremely what do you know? Do you want to stay away from us? Because are we gonna get blown up tomorrow? Is that what's gonna happen? Are there like other raiders hiding somewhere in the mountains that are gonna come down and just like take us to a gigantic Sun King sacrifice? Alright, I don't know. The priest seems really nice, but they probably didn't exactly send their best on what could have very well been a suicide mission. Okay. Alright. So what do we need to do? Enter the Hunter's Lodge. I'm ready to do this. I am ready to be able to just like win this. Guys, I think that things are gonna happen tomorrow, but none of you would listen to me anyway, even if I told you. So like enjoy your party, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm a little concerned. I have a feeling that something nefarious is going to happen. How? Because a guy told me to have a nice time at a party. It's a long story. Alright, let's see what happens next.
Motherless chuff.
I think our mother must have died.
Find your bed, outcast, and dream of winning the proving. That's the closest you're gonna get.
Aloy, hang in there.
Oh, this is the bed house? With you standing guard, I figured it was the latrine.
You're very present here.
Rash. I'll remember you, jerk.
Well, well. Look who's come in from the wild. The motherless outcast.
Ugh,
I see you
this
still
guy?
got a scar from where that rock I threw hit you. Now that's a cherished memory.
You can be a real lard sometimes, boss. Cut it out.
Great, great, great! We're stuck in a little hut with him. With all of the other... I
You didn't
assume
know
these
the
are all the
words
other
to blessing,
18-year-olds.
did you? But no one hears your prayers anyway.
Ugh, just back off. Okay, okay. Wow, alright.
We saw you talking with the outsiders. Couldn't convince them to take you either, huh?
Really? I have to deal with this overgrown child? I guess he's the same age as us
Where's
this
your fight,
year.
outcast? Or did you need my permission to speak in the presence of a true Nora?
Alright, I don't think it'd be good to take out my bow and just shoot him. So, maybe... okay,
Where's
let's
your
get...
bite, outcast?
Alright,
Or did
look,
you need my permission to speak in... Aw, you even try to dress like a real Nora. Not
Let's
that
shut
it
him up.
fools anyone.
So this is how it's gonna be with you, is it?
This is how it's gonna be with everyone, outcast. You belong in the wilds, not Mother's heart. And you definitely don't belong in the proving.
Okay. Okay. So, this is probably going to be pretty important to figure out how to handle this overgrown child. If I tell him I'm going to win, he's probably just going to get all agitated and be like, no, no, I'm going to win, as the jerk he is. If we tell him he's afraid, he's going to deny it because I think that that'll just kind of make him double down on being a jerk. We need to brush him off and just tell him we pity him. Which, truly, I do.
The only way you know how to feel strong is to make someone else feel weak.
There you go,
not
Aloy.
I've trained all my life. You'll see tomorrow how strong I am.
Oh, I've seen plenty. You grew a man's body, kind of. But down deep, you're still a scrawny little brat.
Exactly.
You know, I often think of the day I gave you that scar. It's a cherished memory.
Oh, your cherished
Yeah.
memory is throwing a rock
The
at a
look on your face
child
when I
and
knocked
scarring
that
her
stone out of
face.
Your hand was pretty entertaining. But I suppose you leave that part of the story out when you tell it, don't you?
I branded you that day to mark your shame.
You threw a rock at a
All you
child!
did that day was make me stronger. Just wait. I'll show you tomorrow.
Yeah, right. This is boring. Time for boss to get some sleep. You'll be the one surprised tomorrow, outcast. Not me.
You talk-
Are you gonna shut your mouth? Because that would be a surprise.
Okay, what? You have some huge issues if you think that throwing a rock at a child's face is your most cherished memory. Like, seriously. I'm glad to see nobody else really seemed to want to back him up. They just kind of ignored him. And I'm really glad to see that, like, so Vala, she even stood up to him back then.
Nice job handling Bast. That should keep him quiet. Till morning, anyway.
I don't believe we've met. I'm Aloy.
Oh, I know who you are. The competition. The others, they'll finish the proving. Most of them. But win it? That's down to Bast, you, or me. Vala.
Vala.
Nice to meet you, Vala. You're right. I am going to win tomorrow.
Never celebrate a victory before it's earned, girl. My mother taught me that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna get some sleep. I plan to be well rested when I run you into the ground tomorrow. Your bunk's right there when you want it.
Okay. Thanks.
I bet everyone here would really, really be into their mother's lessons, wouldn't they? Alright. Anything else I can see in here? Actually. Oh, I can actually see... Oh, there's Teb from out there. What's that? Oh, the training dummy. The campfire. It doesn't look like anything is hidden in here. So, alright. Wow. I guess we need to just get ready for the proving. I'm going to double check to make sure that like all of my like arrows are ready, that I'm maxed out on all of our ammo. I can't upgrade any more precision arrows, unfortunately. I wish I could. I really wish I could carry more precision arrows because that would be really nice to do the snap shoot, but that would need raccoons and rich meat, which I just don't have. So let's get some sleep and get ready for the proving.
So, your first day in Mother's Heart. What do you think?
I think that's the first time.
You've never slept in a Nora Lodge before. Not very private.
This is the first time I think someone has ever talked to us so casually without having to demand anything from them. Okay, so what do we think? Do we hate it? Is it not bad? Is it too soft? Too soft. I mean, there's furs and everything around. I think that'd be kind of nice, though. Maybe if we say not bad, we can start trying to kind of own a place here.
It has certain charms.
Homey enough, once you're accepted.
That's the problem.
I think you'll find a place here. I do. Get some rest.
Aw. Thank you, Vala. Wow,